Hi everyone, and welcome to Greta's Yoga YouTube channel. I'm Greta, and today we have another strong warrior sequence. So we are going to take what we learned from our Pranayama 2 video, the yogic breathing. We're going to practice using that in our asanas or our yoga practice today. So if you haven't watched that video yet, go ahead, pause this video, watch it now. It's about a 10-minute video. It just shows us how to do some yogic breathing so that we can incorporate that into our poses to get the full potential of each yoga asana. So if you have watched it already, go ahead and get into a nice meditative seat so that we can do our yogic breathing to warm up and then throughout our practice. So come to extend the spine long, placing the hands on the knees. If you're feeling like you want more grounding today, go ahead, place your hands palms down. Or if you're feeling open and light, go ahead, bring the palms facing up. And then we can close the eyes if comfortable, or have a soft gaze right below us. Start to expand the breath here. Nice gust of wind here. Start to check in with the body and the breath. Starting to activate the mind muscles to let it know that you're coming into a deep, mindful practice. Maybe we can set an intention for ourselves. I am strong, or whatever else resonates with you today. Notice if you're holding tension in the jaws here. Go ahead, relax the muscle. Maybe part the lips slightly. Try to bring the tongue off the roof of your mouth. Check in with your shoulders. Are you hunched forward? Are they by your ears? Trying to roll down through the shoulders, lifting up the chest, the heart space. And then notice if you can ground down through the sits bones here. Take one more deep breath in and out. Open the eyes and just do a nice gentle stretch overhead. Hello. We'll go ahead and come to a tabletop pose. So mindfully getting there. Placing the hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hip points, nice and strong, fingers spread wide here. We'll go through some cat-cows. So when we're in our cow pose, go ahead, inhale, and then exhaling, rounding through the spine here. Navel draws up, high, and then exhaling, dropping the navel down, head comes up. Maybe we smile here. And exhaling, cat pose. Maybe going back and forth here, or rotating the hips. This is your practice, so listen to your body. Notice what you need today. Maybe straighten out the leg to rock back and forth on the calf, and then switching sides. Maybe sending the hips left and then right. Just noticing what you need right now to warm up the body, to activate all the different muscles, to get the blood flowing here. And then we'll come back to tabletop when you finish whatever you're doing. And breathe for a moment. Beautiful. We're going to bring the palms a little bit forward as we curl the toes under and send the hips up high. Downward facing dog. Go ahead, take your dog for a walk by pedaling out the feet here. Noticing how this feels. Starting to wake up the shoulders, waking up the backs of the legs here. And then we'll come to stillness and try to draw the shoulders away from the ears as we push away from our yoga mat. It's okay if the heels come off the earth here. It's better to have a long spine than feet flat on the earth. The knees can be bent generously. We're going to take a deep breath in and out. And then we're going to look forward and we're going to walk up to a forward fold here. Go ahead, interlace or grab opposite elbows here, and then rock side to side, with each side trying to pull a little bit deeper at your sits bones, at your hips. And breathe, and then we can come to stillness and drop the hands down, letting gravity take over here as we drop the head down. Whew. And then we're going to inhale to halfway lift. Exhaling, forward fold. And then bending the knees generously as we root to rise here, coming all the way up, bringing the hands up overhead. And then exhaling, releasing the hands to heart center. Take a breath. And then we'll bring our hands to our rib cage here. And we're going to do 3 yogic breaths together. So inhaling, trying to push our ribs away, outwards here. And exhaling, releasing. Again, inhaling deeply. And exhaling, releasing. One more time, inhaling in. And exhaling everything out. We're going to try to keep that rib expansion going as we inhale the arms up overhead. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhaling, expanding the ribs as we come to halfway lift. Exhaling, forward fold. Again, dropping the knee or bending the knees as we lift up. Inhaling, expanding the rib cage. And then exhaling, hands to heart center. Again, inhale, arms up overhead. Exhaling, forward fold down. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhaling, forward fold down. Bending the knees generously as we inhale, expanding the ribs here as we lift all the way up. And exhaling, hands to heart center. Starting to get the blood flow. Inhaling, arms up overhead. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhaling, folding forward. And then inhaling, coming all the way up again. Arms up overhead. Exhaling, releasing hands to heart center. Go ahead, bring the hands back to the ribs now. Check in with the breath, check in with the body. Notice what's going on here. And then we'll inhale the arms up overhead, and we're going to grasp the left wrist with the right hand as we stretch the left side body, bringing the hands towards the right. Expand through the rib cage here. Breathe into the ribs. Try to push out laterally, if that's a word. And then inhaling back to center, switching your grasp, and exhaling, bringing the hands towards the left side, opening up through the right side body. And then inhaling back to center. We're going to exhale, bringing the hands down and interlacing them behind our back. Go ahead, draw the knuckles down, shoulder blades together, chest up, head forward. And then exhaling, bending the knees as we forward fold, keeping our grasp here. And then maybe trying to bring the hands towards the front edge of our mat. Beautiful. And then inhaling, coming all the way back up. Switching the grasp of your hands, so just walking the fingers down, 1. And then lifting up the heart, drawing the knuckles down here. Nice chest opener. And then exhale, release, maybe shake it out a little bit. We're going to plant the right foot firmly into the earth here as we step the left foot back, coming to a nice warrior pose. So make sure you find your footing. Notice what feels good for you. Go through the proper setup. Is the knee over the ankle? Can you see your big toe? Are your hips facing as forward as they can? Trying to draw the right hip crease back here. Pushing into the back knife edge at the foot. And then we can grow our arms. Beautiful, strong torso up, maybe sinking a little deeper. And then we're going to exhale, bringing our hands to our rib cage here. And we're going to do 5 yogic breaths in this pose to notice how we can sink deeper into the stretch, bring more awareness, bring more oxygen into this pose. So go ahead, inhale, exhale, inhaling deeply, exhaling, really trying to feel your hands get pushed by your ribs. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale in. And exhale. Beautiful. We're going to straighten that front leg and again clasp our hands behind us, lifting up the chest here, and then exhaling, hinging at the hips, folding forward. Maybe we hover halfway, feeling how this is on the body, or maybe we continue to send this down, bringing the arms up overhead. Having a slight micro bend in the knee here. We'll take 3 yogic breaths. Inhaling in, exhaling. 1 more in, and exhale. Go ahead, inhale yourself back up, nice strong, heart forward. Release your grasp, and then exhale, open up, warrior 2 now. Adjusting your feet so that you have a nice strong foundation. You're grabbing energy up from the earth to help lift you up, create this nice strong posture, nice strong warrior. And then opening the arms out, looking past the left middle finger, or right middle finger here, excuse me. And then we'll bring our hands to our rib cage. We can keep our gaze looking out long, or maybe we can look straight ahead here. Maybe sinking a little bit deeper, and we'll again come into 5 deep breaths, yogic breaths. So again, expanding out the ribs here. Inhaling in, exhaling, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. 1 more, inhale, and exhale. Awesome. We're going to straighten that front leg again, and we're going to expand the long arms out long, and we're going to hinge at the hips here as we bump that right hip out, creating a nice micro bend in this front knee as we reach out long, and then exhaling, coming to triangle pose. I'm still watching this cute little doggo, so she's enjoying doing yoga with me. Go ahead, do 3 yogic breaths here. Trying not to collapse in the rib cage here as we're trying to expand the ribs out. 1 more breath. And then look down, bend the front knee, and coming back to a warrior two pose. Beautiful. We're going to pivot on that back foot, coming to a high lunge. Find your footing here and notice how this feels. And we'll do another 3 yogic breaths. So we'll bring the hands to the rib cage again. Inhaling in. Exhale. Inhale in. Exhale. One more inhale. And exhale. We're going to come into a side twist. So we'll bring our hands to a prayer position and take our left elbow to the outside of our right knee. Coming forward and then twisting, using your elbow to push into that thigh as we twist towards the right. If this is too intense, we can bring that palm, the left palm down and twist open, arm up. Or we can drop the back knee here and come into prayer pose twist. Remember to yogic breathe here. One more. And then exhaling, coming back, dropping the hands down, dropping that back knee if it's not already, untucking the toes if that feels good for you, round through the shoulders, and then inhale, come up. Bring the hands to the ribs here, and again we'll come through 3 yogic breaths. So inhaling in, exhaling, inhale in, exhale out completely. One more inhale, exhale out. Go ahead, slowly plant the palms here and step it back, the knee back. Coming to tabletop, and then we're going to, actually we'll keep the knees together and send the hips back now. Coming to a quick child's pose, drawing the head down. We can keep the arms out long in front of us, or maybe we send the fingertips down the mat and then plant the palms face up, fingertips by the toes, and dropping the shoulders down. Again, we can come into our yogic breath here. Breathing deep. We'll do one more. And then bringing the hands back if they're not already up. Pushing yourself back to a tabletop position. And then curling the toes under and sending the hips up high. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. We'll take 3 yogic breaths here. Inhaling in. And exhale out. Again, inhaling in. And exhale out. One more in. And out. And go ahead, look between the fingers on an inhale. And then exhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Forward fold here. Inhaling, expanding the rib cage as we come into a halfway lift. Exhaling, forward fold. And then dropping or bending the knees as we inhale. Come all the way up. Hands up, and then exhale, hands to heart position. Beautiful. Go ahead, place the left foot now firmly into the earth as we send the right foot out behind us, coming into warrior one on the left side body now. So go ahead, find that foot placement first. Feel strong in our foundation, and then we'll send the arms up high for a breath. And then we'll bring our hands to our rib cage. And go ahead, go through 5 rounds of yogic breathing on your own, at your own pace, maybe sinking deeper. If you feel confident in your yogic breathing and you don't want your hands on your rib cage, they can be on the hips, prayer position, or maybe all the way up. Nice, strong upper back bend. All right, and then we'll take One more together. Inhale in and out. And we'll straighten that front leg. We're going to swim the fingers behind us. Opposite thumb on top now as we clasp the hands behind us. Lift up, chest up. And then exhaling, micro bending that front knee as we slowly bend down halfway. If this feels good for us, we can go ahead, fold all the way through, bringing the arms up, maybe past our head some, making sure that front knee is micro bent. Breathe deep here. Three yogic breaths on your own. And then exhaling all the way up, lifting the heart up, chest up. And then exhaling, releasing the clasp, and we're going to open up towards warrior two. So adjust that back foot if you need to. Notice your stance. Can you see your big toe? Is your knee over your ankle? Are your hips open here? Nice strong warrior. And then we can bring our hands to our rib cage to do 5 yogic breaths on our own. Again, if we feel good, we can keep the arms out here. Noticing the breath here. Feeling the rib cage expand. Not worrying about the next pose or the previous pose. What you did before class or what you're going to do afterwards. Focus on your 5 yogic breaths. Awesome. Go ahead, straighten that front leg now. We're going to send the right hips out behind or long behind us. And then micro bending that front knee as we stretch forward, and then exhaling, sending the fingertips down. Triangle pose now. 3 yogic breaths here on your own. Not collapsing the rib cage. Beautiful. Go ahead, look down, bend that front knee, and lift up warrior two. One more time. And then pivoting on that back foot, pivoting the torso, coming to a high lunge. And if we feel good, the arms can stay up. And we'll do 3 breaths here. If not, we can bring the hands to the rib cage or maybe to the hips, or again in that prayer position. Awesome. We're going to take a twist again, so bringing the hands to prayer position and bringing that right elbow to the outside of that left hip or left thigh. Twisting, nice, strong here. Rotating the whole body. Again, the back knee can be down if this feels good for us, or you can drop that right hand and do a twist like this, or again, knee can be bent. So lots of different options for everyone. 3 deep yogic breaths here again. And then lifting up slightly. Exhale, gently placing the hands down and dropping that back knee. Maybe untucking the toes if that feels good. Coming onto the fingertips to expand through the back, through the front chest. And then lift up, strong. Low lunge here, hugging the thighs together. 3 yogic breaths here. Awesome. Go ahead, bring the hands down and step the knee back. We're going to tuck the toes and then walk the hands back so that we're going to come to sit up. Bringing the hips to the heels here. Hands can be on the thighs. Maybe massaging the thighs a little bit. Nice, strong pose here. Shoulders down and back. And then bringing the hands forward, untucking the toes and sending it back to child's pose now. Hips go down and we send the forehead towards the earth. Take a moment here. And again, continue our yogic breathing. And do one more inhale in. And exhale out. Pushing into the hands as we inhale up. Tuck the toes as we send the hips up high on an exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Go ahead, plant the right foot as we inhale the left leg up high. Span the rib cage and then exhale, releasing knee to nose and then coming through to pigeon. Go ahead, walk that back leg out. Sit up nice and tall here, maybe checking that back leg to make sure it's straight. And then exhaling, folding onto maybe the forearms here, maybe stacking the fists to rest the forehead, or bringing the hands on top of each other and resting the forehead or cheek on the palm or the tops of the hands. 5 yogic breaths here. Trying to breathe in and out of the nostrils to allow maximum airflow. And then after your 5 breaths on your next inhale, go ahead and lift yourself back up. Lifting that knee up and sending it back to plank for a moment, and then exhaling, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Go ahead, plant that left foot down now. As we inhale, expand the rib cage, leg up high. And then exhaling, knee to nose, and then dropping that leg down, coming to pigeon on the right leg. Inhaling, lifting the body up, maybe looking behind us, and then exhale, sinking forward. Again, coming to whatever variation you need to. Maybe we stay lifted, palms on the earth, torso up. Again, 5 yogic breaths once we've found our position where we can sink deeper. Breathe. Feeling the expansion of the rib cage here. And then after your 5 yogic breaths on your next inhale, push yourself up. Curl that toes, lift the knee, and send the right leg back as we come to plank. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. We're going to drop the knees now and then send the legs out to one side as we come onto our sits bones. And make our way to the middle of the mat and extend the legs out long. You can move the flesh away from the sits bones here. And then coming to Dandasana, we're going to sit up super tall here, trying to bring the toes towards our face, make this an active pose, and maybe bring the hands behind us to help keep us lifted up right. If this is a hard position and we're hunching over, we can try to bring a block or a blanket or a cushion underneath our sits bones to elevate ourselves a little bit. Or we can bring blocks behind our hands or under our hands to help lift up the body here. If you can sit up tall without the hands, we can bring the hands to the rib cage here. Otherwise, we can keep the hands behind us, and we'll take 5 yogic breaths here. Gaze is straight ahead and just focus on the yogic breaths, nothing else. Notice the sensation of this breathing. And then on your next inhale, sit up tall. And exhaling, maybe grabbing behind the thighs as we roll down onto our backs, bringing our knees to our chest here and rocking side to side. We can go ahead and close the eyes if this feels good for us. And then we'll come to stillness and hug the right leg in and extend the left leg out long now. Practice 2 breaths of yogic breathing here, 2 rounds. Hugging that knee in. And then on your next inhale, lifting both legs into the chest. And then exhaling, releasing the right leg out long and taking 2 yogic breaths on this side body. And then hugging both legs in on an inhale. And then taking the arms out long, palms facing up or down here. As we exhale, coming to a twist, dropping the knees towards the right side. And maybe bringing our left ear to kiss the earth here. Maybe using that right hand to grab the left thigh to sink a little bit deeper in our twist. Continuing to practice yogic breathing here. And then inhaling, lifting the head up, lifting the knees up, taking 1 moment of gratitude. And then exhaling, switching sides, bringing the knees towards the left and maybe hugging the right ear down towards the mat. Again, we can grab the right thighs with the left hand if that feels good for us. And breathe into the side body. Trying to expand the rib cage in this twist. Noticing if it's a little challenging here. And then lifting back to center. And then if there's anything that you want to do, maybe coming to a happy baby pose, maybe coming to plow pose or a headstand if that's in your practice, maybe coming into bridge, maybe extending the legs out long, figure 4 pose, maybe butterfly, Supta Baddha Kotsasana. Just playing for a moment of creativity, seeing if you can incorporate yogic breathing in your creative side, of your own breath, of your own choice of moves. And in your own time, when you feel ready, go ahead and extend 1 leg out and then the other. Coming to Shavasana here, feet spread out, toes out. Palms facing up, away from the body here, slightly tucking the chin. And we'll take 3 deep breaths of full breathing, so not our yogic breathing anymore, but we'll breathe into the belly, expand the belly here. Filling the lungs, filling the throat, filling everything up with air on the inhale, and then exhaling. Releasing everything, feeling the fall of the belly. Again, inhaling, starting at the belly, in, feeling it rise, and then breathing into the chest, to the lungs, and then the throat. Full breath in. And then exhaling, starting at the throat, and then exhaling through the chest, and then finally the stomach, feeling it collapse. One more deep breath just like this, inhaling in. And then exhaling everything out. Awesome. Go ahead and let your breath return to its natural rhythm, to its natural pace. You've done great work. You may feel tingling in your brain, or you feel more oxygen. Maybe you feel like you can concentrate or sink deeper into your poses. And knowing when we come to the breath, we don't think about other things because we're so concentrated on the breath. This is great awareness for when we become angry and we react to things rather than step back, think about it, breathe, and then act upon that. So just take a moment of gratitude for yourself here. Notice how the earth and the mat is supporting you, lifting you up here. Noticing that you're protected. Maybe you'll get dog kisses. Letting everything go, melting into the earth here. And then we'll start to bring awareness back into the body. Gentle movements by wiggling the fingertips and the toe tips. And then inhaling the arms up overhead, giving yourself a full body stretch here. Reaching. And then exhaling, lifting the knees up, and we'll roll onto whatever side your preference, using your arm as a pillow, coming into this comfortable fetal position. And then in no race, unless you're the tortoise and the hare, go ahead, push yourself up slowly, maybe keeping the eyes closed here. Lifting yourself back to a comfortable seated position and bringing the hands to the heart center in prayer position. We'll bow down the head in gratitude. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this practice. Namaste.